What's going on, guys? There was some new patch notes that are going to be coming out. Well, that did come out today. I don't know when this patch is going to come out. It's probably going to be, a good amount of time, but the first set of notes are already in. And I just want to say that I actually really like that we're already seeing changes. You know, Blizzard recognizes that the new talents and the new classes, it's kind of still in a phase where it's definitely not, ironed out completely. So the fact that they're making constant changes and recognizing that is it's really awesome to see. I personally find it, to be a lot more fun when there's like a lot of change to the game, because it kind of keeps you on your toes a little bit. It makes things more interesting. So unfortunately, I don't really know too much about Unholy DK, so I don't really know whether these are good changes or not. I would definitely recommend talking to Mez. I'm not even going to go over Unholy DK because I don't know anything about it. Protector of the Pack is going to do more damage for Resto Druid, which I personally like. Resto Druids right now are a very dampeny style healer. Giving them more damage is pretty nice. New talent, increase Omen and Clarity's chance to activate clear casting by to 5%, and clear casting can stack one additional time. That's actually pretty nice. New talent, when Moonfire, Rake, Rip, and Rejuve are active on a single target, their effects are 40% increased. This is weird. Oh, this is just a Druid. No, this is Restoration. I guess this is trying to give Restoration more damage. That's kind of nice. I don't know what Embrace of the Dream is. Regenerative Heartwood increases the duration of Ironbark. That's pretty nice. Natural Wisdom is now baseline effective Innervate. This is 5% mana regen. It no longer increases mana regen by 5%, and the additional Innervate's effectiveness has been reduced to 50%, was 100%. Oh, okay. Basically, you don't need to ever take that talent anymore. Embrace the Dream and Budding Leaves to swap locations. I think that's probably going to end up being bad. More stamina on Evoker if you choose to play the talents, which you do sometimes, so it's kind of nice. Foci of Life has been redesigned. Renewing Blaze restores you more quickly, causing damage you take to be healed back over 4 seconds. I personally don't really ever play Foci. I'm Spectre right now. I play it in Solo Shuffle, I guess. Just because I feel like I could use the extra healing. I don't know if that's better or not. I generally feel like the short cooldown, if you're going to play that talent, is better anyway, so probably irrelevant. This is really, really nice for Devastation. Basically, they can now proc their fast Living Flame by just casting an Emerald Blossom on themselves. That's actually a huge quality of life change for Devastation, in my opinion. Ancient Flame has been moved to Roar of Exhilaration's current tree. Oh, did they remove this? Yeah, this is terrible. This needed to be better. No one would ever spec this. Roar of Exhilaration has been removed. So Ancient Flame moves here. This is gone. Should have no effect on the tree. Devastation got Verdant Embrace Healing increased by 35%. Pretty nice. This is actually a change that I tweeted, by the way. So I'm pretty proud of this change because this is something that I think Mistweaver's obviously needed. Mistweaver lack instant healing in PvP. Thunder Focus T could make Envelop and Vivify instant when empowered. So being able to press Thunder Focus T and just shoot out an instant enveloping mist, you could do 2 of those every 30 seconds and you have a chance to proc more. Mistweavers are actually going to have a lot of instant healing with this talent. A lot of instant healing. So that's really cool. Protection Paladin, I don't know anything about. This is kind of irrelevant. Earth Elemental, irrelevant. Earth Elemental, irrelevant. Astral Shift duration increased. Seems weird. Planes travel no longer increases the duration of Astral Shift. So basically they buffed Astral Shift if you're not spec'd into this talent. Astral Bulwark now reduces damage taken by an additional 20%. Was 15%. Whatever. See, now I'm a little confused about this kind of stuff. So basically, I feel like personally Resto Shaman's damage on their Lightning Bolt is getting nerfed heavily. Improved Lightning Bolt removed. Basically, I think Stormkeeper will be bad now. Thunderstorm has been moved to improve Lightning Bolt's position, which is actually kind of nice if you're deciding not to take Lasso. Lightning Bolt has been increased by 20% for all specializations. That completely counters out this, but we'll talk more about it in a second. Maybe it'll actually be the same. Go with the flow. This is irrelevant. This is actually a really nice change for Resto Shamans. Thunderous Pulse can now trigger every 20 seconds instead of 60 seconds. Resto Shaman might actually be able to get away from melee cleave. Every 20 seconds, you're just going to have a NASCAR Ghost Wolf that removes slows and just, you're just going to be gone. That's actually really nice. Poison Cleansing Totem now removes all poison effects from the target. Was 1. Wow. That's actually going to be really, really good for against Assassination Rogues. That's actually crazy good now. So I thought this was per target. This is going to pulse remove every single poison, which means every single time it pulses, every stack of wound is gone, deadly's gone, mind numbing's gone, and it's going to hurt rogue energy regen. That's a really good change. Enfeeblement is bad. This makes it so you could put totems down and use Wind Shear and stuff in Ghost Wolf. Okay. And then what do we lose for that? So you can't actually take Focus Insight anymore as Resto Shaman. I personally didn't play it, but whatever. Swirling Currents has been redesigned, increase the healing done by Healing Stream and Cloudburst Totem. This is by far one of the biggest nerfs I've ever seen to Resto Shaman. I don't know if they plan on buffing their healing baseline or whatnot, but Swirling Currents is actually, this is a tragic nerf. Without significant changes to their healing, I think that this is going to really crush Resto Shaman. Healing Stream Totem is swap with Spirit Walker's Grace. I mean, I'll just log on my Shaman so we can see. I don't actually know if this is, like, good changes or not, but this is definitely a buff for Ellie and Enhance, maybe. Actually, Enhance, I think, like the Healing Surge healing. Looks like I was wrong about Stormkeeper. Stormkeeper might actually still be very good. Okay, so Swirling Currents is swap position with Graceful. This is basically going to be more accessible for Enhance and Elemental. Ancestral Guidance is swap position with Nature's Swiftness. Okay, so Ancestral Guidance is once again going to be more accessible. AG is going to be more accessible for the other specs. Nature's Guardian swap position with Totemic Surge. I guess they're trying to make it so this side is like really good for hybrids, these two swap places. Earthshield is swapped positions with Earth Elemental in the talent tree. Don't see the point of that. Elemental Orbit has been moved under Earthshield. Starter builds have been updated for all three specializations. Restoration has 35% lightning bolt damage. So I thought Stormkeeper would be bad. I thought they were removing these talents, which they are, but they're giving them the damage back. So this is gone and you have a baseline. This is gone and you have a baseline. That's pretty nice. Chain lightning damage, whatever. Wellspring healing, irrelevant. Water shield is gone and we have a baseline. Resurgent takes the talent. So this is going to be here now. Resurgence. New talent, Current Control, which is the cooldown of Healing Tide Totem by 30 seconds. This sounds really overpowered, but in reality, it should not be that crazy because they're going to nerf Living Tide to basically keep it at the same cooldown. The lowest health target of Healing Tide's totem is healed for 30% more and receives 15% more healing from you for 4 seconds. This is obviously really crazy. Increased duration of Mana Tide irrelevant. Spirit Walker's Tidal Totem. After using Mana Tide and the cast time of Healing Tide, Chain Heal, and mana cost of Healing Tide and Chain Heal are reduced by 10 seconds. So this is actually something interesting. This was like a legendary in Shadowlands that I thought was potentially very good, but obviously couldn't receive play. So basically, Mana Tide Totem becomes a pretty decent healing cooldown because it's going to give you super hasted healing waves for reduced cost. So that's definitely something that's pretty interesting. Flow Tide grants additional Chain Heal bounce. We don't play Chain Heal. Ever Rising Tide, remove. This is irrelevant. Downpour, irrelevant. Nature's Focus, irrelevant. The Tidebringer talent is now not going to be a PvP talent, so maybe we'll get some sort of PvP talent update. A connection has been added between Tidebringer and Primal Tidecore, so if you want to play Chain Heal build, you can. It just does that there, which is actually kind of interesting because this is a dead talent. Stormkeeper has been moved to Call of Thunder's position, which is fine. This is irrelevant. Yeah. Basically, there's a couple more things that we'll read here. Tranquility healing is increased by a pretty significant amount. Actually, it looks like Tranquility got only a 20% buff because it was already increased by 100%. So Tranq heals for 20% more. Revival in PvP heals for 100% more, basically in Arena, not RPGs. And Healing Tide heals for 100% more, but they nerfed Healing Tide a little bit. So it should still be overall buff. So it heals for 25% more each time it pulses was 100%, but it heals for double baseline. I want to assume that's going to be a buff, but I could be wrong. And it'll stay the same cooldown with the talent changes. Basically, what I see here with Resto Shaman is they probably need to buff the 3 heals that Swirling Currents buffed, or else Resto Shaman will be in a bit of a tragic spot. Like, Swirling Currents was basically mandatory and was always active on all of your Riptides. Having a 25% nerf to that, basically it's gone, will be really rough. But Healing Stream and Healing Tide are going to be OP. So basically, if people kill your Healing Streams and Healing Tides, you might be useless. But you can kind of defend them a little bit by throwing them around and whatnot. So it'll be interesting to see. It will be interesting to see. Nothing really too crazy. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy to see Healing Tide heal for more, Revival heal for more. Honestly, man, Mistweavers could be kind of cracked, bro. You have instant developing. Revival is now going to be one of the best cooldowns in the game. Druid's probably a little unchanged there with that. But yeah, definitely some interesting things to see. And it's a lot that, you know, they can continue to build off of. So some pretty cool stuff. And yeah, we're just going to stay updated to see if there's any more changes coming.
That you never be lonely. Be the band.